I think you have had invested how many deals?
Into 16.
16. That's a big number, actually. That means how many deals you have viewed, let's say, last 3 years?
Approximately 500.
So, and let's see what she will talk about.
Tere. Hello. It's really difficult to see you all because the light is so bright, but I hope that you can see me and you can see my wonderful slides. So, my name is Heidi, as Pirkko said. I have been in business for almost 20 years. It's really hard to believe, as I don't look so old. And today, I'm willing to tell you, based on my true experience, what really matters. As Kalev has already made the introduction into several topics that we will cover also later on in different presentations, then when he spoke about that regarding the student perspective, then I can assure that truly works what he told about. And today I have also like 6 tips or 6 lessons learned for you based on my real life experience. And if you think that what makes a successful business when you just started, and when you're a small startup, besides all those Goliaths and giants, how can you beat them? Should you beat them? It was like 3-4 years ago. 2 guys came to me with a PowerPoint slide deck, and they had a dream. They wanted to start their own business, and we ran together with them for approximately 6 months to get an idea whether their idea was a business idea or was it just a dream. And after 6 months, we have invested small amount of money into their company. And 6 months later, they transferred to the US, and today they run the biggest Facebook of CAD engineers. They have a community of more than 1 million people actively involved there. They set up something that is totally different. They didn't beat any giants, any Goliaths that were already there. They built up something that was new and that was wanted. So, it's a question, what makes a business successful? And then I have the first tip for you. So, I have talked about that. So that, why should I tell you at all about that is, I have seen it. I have done it, a part of that. And I have gained the experience, whether it really works or not. And there's the first tip for you. The most important is, it's all about people. It's all about you. Business is always about the people. And it's all about the teams, about their dreams and their will. And one is not a team. And when you're going to make that practical assignment today, later, bear that in mind. One is not a team. You have to have teams of different skills, but shared values. You have to have something common to build up really great companies. And there are different skill sets that you need. These three guys there on the stage are the first 3 Skype engineers, the team that made it successful. And later on, they built another business. And that another business is about investing into really great teams and great companies. But you need also different skills. And if you think that whether you are more an entrepreneur or more a manager type of person, you see 2 guys there. One is Billy Durant, another is Alfred Sloan. They are both related to Ford Company. Billy Durant was the one who established the Ford Company, but nobody really knows too much about him. Prior to the car business, he sold cigarettes and basically was engaged with a lot of things. And Albert Sloan, he's the guy who has been on the cover of Time magazine, and also he has a business school renamed after him. But they had different skills. One was innovative, entrepreneurial, and established something that was totally different. And then, from one point of time, there were different skills needed to run already an established company. So, if you think from your perspective, being a student in the business school, whether you are more of the entrepreneurial type or more of managerial type, and that's okay. You just have to have the understanding what is the path you want to follow. The second tip, or the second lesson learned, is you have to have a great vision. It's always about a great vision to build great companies. Georgia is a small market, as Estonia. In Estonia, we don't really establish companies for the local market because there is almost no local market. If you want to establish a great company, you have to think big from the very first scratch. And usually it takes just the same time and same effort and same dedication to build a large company or to build a small business. Why don't you take it from the very beginning to be large? If you think that it's really difficult to eat an elephant, it seems so big and you really don't know how to do it, but it always starts with a first bite. You do it in small steps, setting up the milestones and moving according to these milestones. And there are a lot of different startups to think about. As Kalev also said that there are different business models to follow and different ideas. I don't say that everybody of you should build up the world business having a scalable startup. You have to understand what is your focus, whether it's a family business, whether it's your lifestyle business, whether it's an innovation for a larger company, or whether it's scalable business that can be grown really fast, really large. The third thing I want to talk about is about being better. That is something that is really important. Sometimes it seems that everything has been done already and there are not so many things to invent or to make differently. But very often, as also it was said, that Google was not the first search engine, but it turned to be the most successful due to certain things. The market is all the same for all of us, but you have to find the certain advantages and the benefits that market can offer to your business model, to you. And if you do certain things, it's important to do the things right, but as same, it is important to do the right things. If you go out there, you learn, you share your business idea, as also Kalev said, that it's not failing, it's about learning. You change it. You ask for the feedback from the client, you get it, and you know where to move. And to build the best companies, you have to hire the best people. As I said, the business is always about the best people. And as I also said that there is not too many things that are truly unique. And if you find a wonderful thing that has been done and that has been successful on the market, whether copycat is a sin. And Andres will talk about Cherry. As one of the great cases he has established in the Baltics that has turned to be successful copycat. Please excuse me, Andres, if I say so. And it's also not being the best, but being better in certain circumstances. And there are three components you can overperform. It's rather about the team, to have the best team. It's rather about the market, whether you can find the most suitable niche for your most wonderful business idea, your best product or your best service, and whether technology that you use really supports it. You have to be one step forward. But sometimes I tend to say it, don't be too brave, because you know that the first will have the hardest way of doing things. Learning from failures. I have been in 6 different company boards, having been in business for 15 years of fundraising and developing companies and helping them to develop strategically. And what I have learned is that there are certain patterns. If you have done it more than once, more than 3 times, you will recognize those patterns and you will know what will happen next. It will help you. It will help you to be more successful. And everything can go wrong. Even if you feel that it's so safe and secure, it still can go wrong. I have failed in several investments, like in 4 of them. And once there was a case that the team was perfect, the market seemed to right, the technology, I felt it was the good one. And they did the right things in a right way. It was like a bookcase, you know? Just everything was so right, and it failed. They were pioneers. They basically did a right thing, a very good one, but they were prior to the time, prior to the market. And I think that perhaps if they take the same business idea with the same team over, 5 years' time, perhaps they can be successful, as timing is also a crucial issue, and sometimes you just don't recognize it fast enough, early enough. It happens. Assumption is the mother of all fuck-ups. And please excuse me for saying so, but it's so damn true. Very often we assume that we know what the client really wants, but we don't go there out to ask them. Or we think that we can predict the future, or we just think that if we overreach the planned target, it's a positive sign. But if we are running to wrong direction, it's a very bad thing. But there are certain measures you can have in order to control them and to decrease the risks that are related to those assumptions. So what makes it then really successful? That is the Prime Minister of Estonia, building up the network, good relationships with neighboring countries and all far away countries. What makes it really successful is hard work. You have to admit it. You have to be dedicated. It will take time to build really successful businesses. It's tears, it's blood, it's sweat, but it has to be fun at the same time. If it's only tears and sweat and blood, don't do it. Relations, network. It's not that who knows, or it's not about the network that who do you know, but it's more who knows you. If you call a person, whether the person recognizes your telephone number, whether it's willing to pick up the phone, whether he will call you back, do they have a relationship with you? Do they feel that they want to cooperate with you, to work together with you? It's not only about asking the favors, it's having the communication and having the relation. It's really, really important. And if you think that where do you should look the demand for, what are those industries that could make you a millionaire, that could make you happy, then later on today we also focus on those possible industries or possible fields of activities where we think the demand grows the fastest way. And there are some other issues, just a couple of one. So where the money is. So everybody who wants to have a successful business always asks that, okay, where does the money come from? The investors ask it from the founders ask it from themselves, whether it makes really a business successful. And there are like certain sources of money. And the money is whether in your client pockets or whether in the investors' pockets first. But in the investors' pockets, the money can be for a limited period, basically. The majority of the money is always only in your clients' pockets. And if they don't take it out of their pockets, most probably you won't have a successful business. So easy is that. And financing a company from the beginning, it's sort of an engineering question, not a business question, as money is always there. And investors can sometimes ruin your business. So that think twice before you go for some investors' money and try to bootstrap in the beginning to validate your business idea, whether there are enough people, enough clients willing to pay for your product or for your service. So, I'm coming to the end, and the most important thing is that it's always about you. Entrepreneurs, the successful entrepreneurs, are people like you. They are as smart, as brave, as hardworking, as fun-loving. There are pictures of the young millionaires in the world and some of the young Estonian entrepreneurs who are most probably going to be millionaires one day. And we know them. They are people like you. So that if you think whether you should do it, and if you think where is the most probable focus of success, then think about the new markets, new ventures of new economies, not about the traditional economies, but about new economies. Think about the large markets and fast growth, and don't think that it has to be a very unique invention. It can be much more simple if it's better. My advice for you is go for it.